If you have it, you don't need it. If you need it, you don't have it.
From Baltimore, Maryland, weighing 275 pounds, the American hero,
Truman Shoe Baby! What's going on, fam? Oh, Jesus, my background's all showing. I'm going last minute here, folks. I just woke up. It's been quite a week, but it's going to be quite a weekend. I'm Drew Manchu. This is Comic Core Daily, and today we're talking all things Mainframe Comic-Con. Segments are going to be all over the place today, folks, because I'm not doing the regular segments all over the place. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing some nerd news to start it off. I'm going to let you guys know about what's going on this weekend with Mainframe. We'll do a top 5 things that I can't wait for Mainframe Comic-Con. And then I'm going to run down some of the schedule for you guys that we don't talk about. There's so much that has not been released yet about what's going on at Mainframe Comic-Con, which starts technically right now. Right now, you're at Mainframe Comic-Con. You're at Mainframe Comic-Con right now. Yeah. Preview day. After this show, there's going to be a block where you're not at Mainframe Comic-Con anymore. But I believe it's 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time tonight on the Comic Core. We will be doing the launch show. There will be celebrity guests. There will be LCS vendors available. There's going to be all kinds of cool stuff starting tonight at 6 on the Comic Core. Not to mention around 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, I'm going to spin the wheel and do a giveaway for a free box of comics you guys have been giving your entries to the entire time we've been doing this show. Real simple. All you got to do is go back, answer the question of the day on any Comic Core Daily video, and you'll get an entry for some free comics. I'm going to start tallying those up probably around 4 o'clock today so we can have those ready to rock at 10. I'll put a closed comment on every single video, letting you know you can no longer enter. But before then, enter away, folks. Enter away. Give me as many names as possible to put on this randomizer so we can get somebody some free comic books. Gonna check in with the chat real quick. First in the chat, Christian Arroyo Salazar. Good to see you. Fish Tropic hanging out in the chat. Got Phil Ailing here as well as Gomer and Bad News Barrett. And right now, we've got the Stream Elements robot in here as well. Only 5 watching so far today. That's kind of sad. We got a low turnout so far because I got so many exciting things to talk about. Hopefully people will get on that rewind. I'm going to go ahead and blow through this because I have some things to do still to get ready for tonight. So first thing I'm going to do, guys, we're going to go into absolutely for charity is Mainframe Comic-Con. We're going to be doing the best we can to give you guys the best content. What is this content? Well, there's tons of celebrity content, and that's been released over and over and over again via the Mainframe Comic-Con Instagram and mainframecomiccon.com. Go to mainframecomiccon.com. There is a schedule of events listed up there, but it is not complete yet. I'm going to send the complete schedule over later today. I'm going to go ahead and pull up the full schedule of comic book personalities and comic book related panels so I can share that with you guys. Let me go ahead and get that open. There are so many names that you have not heard before that you're going to hear now. Okay, and I can't wait for you guys to be super duper excited about this with me. As of right now, the celebrity coverage ends at 4:30, and this is Central Standard Time. So I'm going to go ahead and make some adjustments. We're going to go by Eastern on this. So 5:30 Eastern starting tomorrow after the celebrities. The first thing we're going to do is present an opportunity for all of our viewers via CGC they're going to sit down with Reggie Collects, and they're bringing an artist with them in order to draw the eyes. And I tell you right now, folks, you're going to be impressed with this artist. His name is Clayton Crane. Clayton Crane is going to be the first guest, along with CGC, hosted by Reggie Collects, one of the greatest in the YouTube comic book community. We got Brittany McManus is going to be showing up from CGC to give us some opportunities to get some books slabbed. And Clayton Crane will be in the house. Immediately following that, we'll have some LCSs that we're going to talk about. But we have a panel at 6:15 with Ahoy Comics. For 45 minutes, Ahoy Comics will be running down their offerings, and you'll have an opportunity in the live chat to ask questions from creators like Mark Russell and Tom Pyre. So there's going to be really great opportunities there. At 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, we have a half-hour interview Q&A with Tim Seeley that's going to be hosted by YouTube superstar Cape Joel. Cape Joel will be talking to Tim, and we're going to have the opportunity to learn more about what Tim's working on, and we're going to ask him questions from the chat. Following that, at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Saturday, our friends over at Simple Man's Comics, Jack and Brian, will be sitting down and hosting the Mad Studios panel for a full hour. We're going to get Mad Cave Studios for a full hour. Jack and Brian will be doing a great job interviewing them and taking questions from the chat. At 7:30 Central Standard Time, 8:30 Eastern, for a half hour, we'll be talking to the creator Aberrant and Banjax, the Ringo Award-winning Ryland Grant. And Ryland has been a huge part of this entire convention, putting together a lot of the panels with me and Alec from White Whale to make sure that we have some great discussion panels, and we'll talk about those coming up. At 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on Saturday, I'm getting ready to blow your mind, folks. Everybody, hike up your short pants. Make sure your diapers are fastened and squeeze your butt cheeks together, because at 8 o'clock Central Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird are going to be at Mainframe Comic-Con. We have them for a whole half hour. We're going to get to know them and what they're working on, and we're going to open it up so the chat can ask questions. That is awesome, guys. Kevin Eastman, Peter Laird, together on one panel for Mainframe Comic-Con. Where else are you going to find that? Nowhere else, I tell you. Nowhere else. At 8:45 Eastern Standard. Oh, I'm sorry. I keep doing that. I'm reading. Look, this whole thing started in Chicago, so everything's central. At 9:45 Eastern Standard Time, we have Chuck Palahniuk and David Mack, the team behind Fight Club 2 and Fight Club 3. They're going to be talking with Alec from White Whale Comics about Fight Club 3 and all things comics. It's going to be great. If you guys are fans of David, you got to show up. Fans of Fight Club or Chuck in any way, show up, guys. You're going to love this. At 9 Central, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have 1 hour discussion panel featuring Ryland Grant as the host. They're going to be talking publishing your own book. He's going to be talking with Sean Lewis. He's going to be talking with Frank Gogol. We got a murderer's row of creatives from the independents who are going to be talking on this panel. So make sure you show up and you find out how these top tier independent talents published their first book. There will be a point in this panel for quick Q&A, so make sure that you are available for that. At 11, we have another hour-long panel, the artist-writer relationship. Here we have the team behind White Ash, Connor Hughes. We have the team behind Kanto, and we have the team behind Elvira at the moment. and they're going to be sitting down and talking about how the artist and the writer come together and create these books. It's going to be interesting, so be sure to check that out for sure. Next, we have the West Coast block of programming, which kind of starts at midnight. And you know what? We're going to go ahead and do as much as we can with these folks after midnight Eastern Standard Time, because things are still rolling on the West Coast. At midnight Eastern Standard Time, we have Christy Shin, the creator of Demon Bitch. She does a lot of really great webcomics and art. She's fantastic. At 12:15 Eastern, we'll be talking to Frank Gogol from Dead End Kids and No Heroin. And at 12:30 Eastern Standard Time, we have a whole half hour with Greg Rucka. Greg Rucka will be joining us. Following that, at 1 a.m., David Pepos, the writer of Going to the Chapel and Spencer and Locke, will be joining us. And at 1:30, we have Stephen Prince of Monster Matador will be joining us with his trailer for his comic book. He's got a great webcomic series. Be sure to check that out. We have so much more going on. We're going to broadcast as long as we possibly can. But the celebrities kick off the next morning. And at 5:30 Eastern Standard Time on the Comic Core and MainframeComicCon.com, we have a half hour with Megan Hutchinson and her husband, a little guy named Donnie Cates. We're going to be talking to Donnie and Megan for a full half hour. After that, at 6 Eastern Standard Time, we have an Archie panel with artist Dan Parent, which is going to be moderated by Alex Segura. We're excited for that. At 6:30, we have Bart Sears. At 6:45, we're going to be talking to Stephanie Phillips, who's the author of many a heavy metal. She worked on DC's Crimes of Passion, and she's also the writer of Butcher in Paris, which is a fantastic independent series. So we're going to talk to her for about 15 minutes. At 7 Eastern, we have an interview with JMD Mateus for a half hour. Following that, at 7:30 Eastern, we have the team behind the Orville comic book and also the Orville TV show. They are one and the same. We're going to be talking to them for a half hour. At 8:15 Eastern Standard Time on Sunday, we've got Brent Peoples, the fabulous artist behind he was doing the Chinese Superman, the new Superman, for a while. He's great. He's going to be sitting down talking to the great legend, and get ready for an awesome rapport there. At 30, we have Ron Mars. At 8:15, we have Andy Smith. And at 9 o'clock Eastern, we have a full hour that is going to be filled by the Elseworlds Exchange podcast, which is Sal from Comic Pop and Joel from Cape Joel. They do a weekly podcast, and they're going to be doing that on the Mainframe website, on the Comic Core, for all of our viewers. At 10, there's a Kickstarter panel, which is going to teach everybody about how to kickstart your comic book. We have a fantastic networking panel at 11, including the team behind Jupiter Jet and Arun from Boom Studios. And at midnight, we will be featuring a webcomics panel. After that, everything's going to hit the fan, guys. We're going to be going hard for 2 days. So we're going to try to throw some extra action and get everybody involved on a panel after that. It's going to be absolutely nuts. It's going to be absolutely nuts. I want to check in with the chat real quick because I want to see how you guys feel about the things that we're announcing here. Chris Barrett, Eastman and Laird, what? TMNT? That's right, folks. Holy shizzle indeed, folks. Holy shizzle indeed. Discovery Bay's in here shouting out Sharon. I didn't see Sharon come in, so I got to roll. Oh, there she is. What's going on, Sharon? Good to see you. Sharon wanted a nickname the other day, so I'm going to start calling her 2U's or 2 Tubes. 2 tubes. Sharing 2 tubes. That doesn't sound good at all. I'll work on something, Sharon. We're going to work on something for you. Gummer's in the chat. Good to see you again there, buddy. I think I shouted you out earlier. Boogie Bentley, good to see you, my friend. Go over to S&B Network and check out all their great podcasts they do over there. They also do 5-minute Minecraft. You can see Boogie not know how to eat in a video game. It's a good time. Let's see here. Who else here? Backseat Driver. Good to see you, my friend. We want to go with Zulu time. Look, man, it is what it is. What's going on, Gore? Good to see you in here. Gore, I hope to see you in some of those chats that we've got going on this weekend. So many cool things going on, and I can't wait for everybody to get a chance to see it. I just want everybody to go ahead and shout out the Mainframe, share it out, share out all the links. We're going to be dropping links all over the place. And we want as many people to see this and participate as possible. Great Legend is in here, just did a private panel for the Hero Initiative with Dave Gibbons from Watchmen fame. Oh, for future Hero Initiative panels, check the following link. And then he dropped the link here. Not only are we doing this Mainframe thing for Hero Initiative, but we're also them and moderating a bunch of their private panels that they are setting up. And you can buy into heroinitiative.org/merchandise. Some really cool stuff. Do you want to be a part of 5 people getting a chance to have a sit-down conversation with Dave Gibbons? Well, too late. That happened today. But you can definitely buy into these things, man. And it's really, really cool. Comics Misexplained up in the chat. Good to see you. I saw him last night in the late night chat that Sal from Comic Pop was doing, and he shouted out Mainframe, so he's definitely going to be there. It's good to see everybody in here chopping it up. Aggressively relaxing. I can't wait to see you this weekend as well, bro. And sorry you missed the show. You got you and your flowers out, man. But, it is what it is. Boogie and Gomer and Comics Misexplained. We're just missing Adam Wade Adams, and we can have a full Comic Cast chat here. Rhino in the chat. Good to see you, buddy. Oh, we got all kinds of cool stuff. All kinds of neat stuff going on. I doubt anyone will sleep for the next 3 days. I certainly am not going to get the chance to sleep for the next 3 days. Chad sent out an email and labeled me technical director and gave everybody my phone number. It's fantastic. I was like, he asked me for my phone number. I was like, you have my phone number. He's like, yeah, just give it to me. And I read it off, and I know that he typed it right then and there. I could hear him. I'm like, what the hell is going on over there? Why are you giving everybody my phone number? But yeah, it's going to be ringing off the hook. And you're like, hello? I'm like, who's this? Like, this is Kevin Eastman. I can't figure out my shit. Can't wait for that. All right, we got Sancto Sanctorum Comics in here. Any Golden Age comic sellers during the con, or is it all panels? Here's the deal, man. We reached out to a lot of different dealers and a lot of different LCSs. We're going to be spotlighting the LCSs that got back to us, okay? We wanted to make this pretty much all like dealers and LCSs and selling books. There's going to be a lot more of that on the West Coast feed, I believe. And we're going to be doing some of that tonight on the kickoff show, starting at 6 Eastern Comic Core. But as far as it goes, man, we got so inundated with content that it just became one of those situations where you have this idea in your head of what you want to do with the thing. And then so many other opportunities present themselves, and then it evolves into what it evolves into, man. And we want to do as much as we can to give back to the LCSs and to the dealers who are missing out in this time. And we gave them all to jump on board, and a lot of people they're kind of doing their own thing right now. So we got a few LCSs that are featured. We're going to be shouting out where you can go to these books, and we are still open to working with anybody who wants to shout their stuff out. For them to hit us up, and we will find a way to fit them in. But as of right now, we are overflowing with interviews and creator content and panels, and there's going to be so much to talk about the entire time. But don't worry, we are going to be flashing in places where you can find books and sending you in the right direction the entire day and night on Saturday and Sunday. But for the most part, we wanted to get as many eyes as we could. The more guests we could get, the more eyes we can get, and the more money we can raise for the Hero Initiative and the Red Cross, which is really our end game here. I think that if you come and you sit for these conversation panels and the opportunities to ask questions, It'll definitely be something that is enjoyable. As far as Golden Age comic sellers, I do not know of any Golden Age comic sellers that are going to be here at the con. Don't let that dissuade you, though, Sancto. We got a lot of really cool stuff going on. And I know that there's going to be some really great art and some really great conversations about story and story craft and how to get your comics published and all kinds of cool stuff. Lettuce commission service. Yes. LCSs. Always happy to support a great cause. We appreciate that, man. And I don't think there's a better cause than supporting your hobby, supporting the creators of your hobby, and supporting the country as a whole. And I think Red Cross is kind of the cover it all, wartime, tragedy time charity that we're going to be given to. And in addition to that, the Hero Initiative is probably the best way to give back to the creator community. Good to see some really cool people in the chat here. Bubs Comics has popped in. Good to see you, Bubs. I'm excited to get this going, guys. I've got one more segment, but before that, I want to close out the news. You know how we do that.
And that's the way the news goes.
I'm not going to do a commercial break today, guys. I'm sorry. I'm going to rob you of that experience. We're also not doing a question of the day today, per se. I want to ask you guys, if you want to load this up after the rewind comes up and drop a comment as to what you're most excited for of Mainframe Comic-Con, let me know. But right now, we're going to do the countdown of the top 5 things that I'm most excited for Mainframe Comic-Con. Number 1, Kevin freaking Smith. I've been a Kevin Smith fan as long as I can remember. I love the original Clerks. The View Askew universe has been amazing. The Jay and Silent Bob reboot was serviceable after a dip in quality in this last few films. But I think that I love Kevin Smith's sense of humor. And the thing that I love the most about Kevin Smith is he's one of us. He's one of them, right? He's got the money. He's got the big house in the hills in Hollywood. He's got those Miramax paychecks. But at the same time, he's a nerd. And when a new Marvel movie trailer drops, he nerds out. When a new comic book comes out, he nerds out. When the best TV shows are ending and everybody's got a hot take on them, he nerds out. And I love the fact that Kevin nerds out over everything still. He's one of those guys that knows how the sausage is made and still gets excited for breakfast. And I'm excited to see what kind of energy he brings to Mainframe Comic-Con. And also, he's going to be there in the morning, so Wake and Bake Kevin's probably going to be pretty darn funny. That's all I'm saying there. I can't wait for Kevin Smith. Number 4, Ryland Grant. Ryland's got a half-hour interview spotlight panel on Saturday evening. He's the author behind Aberrant and the Ringo Award-winning Banjax. Just ask Comics Misexplained if you haven't heard about Banjax. He will talk your ear off about Banjax. I can't wait to have an opportunity to sit down and hear what Ryland has in the works. Ryland has been one of my email contacts throughout this entire setup process, and I feel like we've been in the trenches together, and I really just want to celebrate him and the work that he does. So I'm excited for Ryland Grant's panel. Number 3, Greg Rucka. We just got the information that Greg Rucka is going to be a part of Mainframe Comic-Con. I'm not a super huge Greg Rucka fan, but that's a name that I know inspires confidence in so many people when they pick up a comic book off the shelf. And I'm excited for people to get excited for Greg Rucka. It's these last minute additions that have made my scheduling life an absolute hell. But when Chad calls me and says, we got Greg Rucka, all I say to him is, where does he want to go? Because we will bump somebody. We will bump somebody. And you know what? Honestly, it's been a beautiful process, and we haven't really had to bump anybody at all. There have been a few people that couldn't work with the time frames we gave them, and that is a shame, but we figured out a way to work them in through panels and other things, and everybody's got an opportunity to participate. I'm excited for Greg Rucka because I think that other people will be excited for Greg Rucka. So stay tuned for more coming from Greg Rucka. Number 4. This is a big one for me. One of the hottest writers in the industry at current. Probably one of my favorite crafters of a 6-issue arc. And that's Donny Cates. Donny Cates is going to be on Sunday. He's bringing his beautiful wife, Megan, who's a wonderful artist in her own right. And I can't wait to learn more about her and in the Hero Initiative. She's on the board. She knows what's up. But I really want to know more about Donny Cates and his process. The guy's a cool guy. Met him a couple times at cons. Totally chill. And just a regular dude. And I can't wait to hear what kind of process goes into making a regular dude come up with a story like God Country to make the Inhumans so great in Death of Inhumans. His Venom run has garnered the love of the community. People love that shit. And then Thor has been great too. I'm excited to talk to him about Silver Surfer Black. Maybe I won't get the chance to ask him a question at all, but I'm still super freaking excited for it. And there's only one more thing that is more exciting than Donny Cates to me. And that is the phone call I got yesterday that simply just said, Eastman is in. Then I called Chad back and I find out that Laird is in. Eastman and Laird are going to be at Mainframe Comic-Con. If you're not familiar with the creators of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I'm sorry, I can't help you, but they are freaking awesome. They created the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They created an action figure empire out of black and white turtles holding weapons. This is a really great opportunity, guys. Really great opportunity to see them talk candidly. I'm excited for it. I think you guys should be excited for it too. That right there is my top 5 countdown of things that I'm excited for Mainframe Comic-Con. You guys let me know what you're excited for. I'm going to check in with the chat real quick before we get out of here. We're going to wrap this up in a nice half-hour bow today. Man, Chaos and Comics is in here. Go Mainframe! Gore's in here as well still. Love that you guys are chopping it up. Dope Comics, good to see you. His Punisher run was thumbs down. I don't know who you're talking about. That was which artist or creator did a Punisher run that you didn't like. I'm sorry, but we all do things that other people don't like. It just is what it is. Ricky Marstadt, good to see you in the chat. Hope to see you all weekend long, Ricky. Rucka and Brubaker are the best detective writers. Let's see that. Rucka did a great job on Detective Comics. We love you, Kevin Smith. We do love you, Kevin Smith. This looks overwhelming for all of you putting this together. I'm impressed with the effort. I know no one will be disappointed. It's amazing how stories bring people together. I absolutely love this message right here from Gore. It was super overwhelming, and it still is. And we've got so much to do all weekend long. But like my whole thought process on this is we're raising money for charity. And if we only raise, $500, that's $500 more than they got before. If we raise $5,000, that's $5,000, man, for charity. And this is an experience that we'll never forget. At the same time, as long as it's not the Fire Fest of comic books, I'm going to be happy with it. I just want to put together something that we can say, hey, we did this. We're proud of it. And if we ever want to reach out and do it again, we have people who are happy to work with us. So I'm excited for this whole deal, man. And I don't know if no one will be disappointed. But I just hope that the disappointment is on the low end. Let's just do that. Like, I'm not going to shoot for 0 disappointment because being me, I know how many people I disappoint on a regular basis. And, that is what it is. And you really can't do anything about it. But thank you, Gore, for your kind words. I'm glad that everybody can see how much work is going into this. But that's not why we're doing it. We're doing it for the charity, man. So make sure that everybody gets a chance. If you got a couple of shekels in your pockets, there's going to be a donate button all weekend long, man. There's going to be a donate button all weekend long. Says he doesn't even think his Death of Inhumans runs was good. I thought it was. I'm with you there. I thought it was great. The Olivier Coipel art just really brought it to a whole nother level, man. I dig it. Barry, what's going on, Perry? Good afternoon. Good to see you in here. Also got Comics Just Explained lurking as well. Good to see everybody in here. I'm excited for this weekend, man. It's going to be super duper cool. Dude, don't be disappointed you didn't contribute, because you can totally contribute. Just come and watch the product. You don't have to watch the whole damn thing, man. There's going to be spots where you can check out, and it's not going to be for you. But there's definitely going to be opportunities for you to see something that you're going to enjoy, and enjoying the damn thing and sending a $5 donation is really more than we could ask from anybody. So if you're able to do that, that's really all we want from you guys. It's really all we want from anybody. All we need from anybody is just, let's have a good time, and let's raise as much money as we can for the Hero Initiative and the Red Cross. That's really all we're doing here, folks. I've gone 32 minutes at this point. I wanted to cut it off at a half hour. I got to go see a man about a horse, and then our stream starts up again in 5 hours or something. So like 4 hours. So I'm going to hit the road. I thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope everybody had an opportunity more about Mainframe Comic-Con and what we're doing. And if we do this again in the future, man, everybody's going to be a part of it. Like we involved so many people on this thing, but it just became one of those things where it's a closed door thing, and then the door slowly opened, and then I was like, oh my God, we need help. How many people can we bring in on this? So it's I remember, I'm going to end this on a little anecdote. I remember it was a little over a month ago, and Chad just shared this dream he had where he's like, we could do a con on the channel. I was like, we can do a con on the channel? It's like, yeah, we get a couple of guests. We get a couple of local shops that want to sell, and we'll figure something out. And then it was like maybe 2 weeks later, Chuck Loda Comics got involved and turned on the Jets on the celebrity side of things. And a little inside baseball, I think we got to the point where it was becoming more of a Wizard World than it was a Comic-Con. And we wanted to make sure that we saved as much room and as much time for comic book professionals as possible. And we got a great list of indie creators. We got the snub from a lot of bigwigs. But man, at the last minute, people came knocking, and they were like, we want to be a part of this. And we're happy that they did. And we're going to roll with this as best we can. There are a lot of moving parts. There are a lot of time schedules to stick to. And if you guys have spent any time watching the Friday night A show here, off the rails, we called it for years on the Comic Core, you know that like time schedules and paperwork and double checking your work is not something that we normally do. But hey, man, we're going to do the best we possibly can. I would like to put a shout out into the chat. Any one of our moderators, we're going to need mods all day long. So if you guys are a moderator, or if you have aspirations of being a moderator for this thing, we're just going to need people to make sure that people aren't assholes in the chat. And that's really all there is. So if you want to be a mod, and you're going to be around most of the day and participating in these chats, hit me up on Instagram, and we'll get together. We'll get you a blue wrench, and we'll get you ready to rock. So yeah, we want all of our mods to be here as much as possible. Hey, Perry Nemiroff, I like her. Perry will be helping on the front end celebrity, doing some guest hosting duties with Chuck Loda Comics, her and Jay Washington, and Robert Meyer Burnett. Robert Meyer Burnett will be helping us out on the back end as well. I'm not a mod. Look, you can be a mod, Perry. Do you want to be a mod? Like, it's about asking me on Instagram if you could be a mod, not complaining that you're not a mod in the live chat. Come on, man. You fishing for something here? How can an asshole mod an asshole? Because evil knows evil, my friend. Evil knows evil. All right. On that note, I'm going to go see a man about a horse and probably get some lunch and then maybe take a nap before this whole stream kicks off tonight. We'll see what happens, man. I can't wait for this weekend. It starts very soon. And I would like to say that I'm ready. It's like being a father. You can think you're ready, but you're not ready until you have to be ready. Hey gang, make sure you hit that subscription button there. Give this video a thumbs up. And make sure you hit that notification bell. Always going live. And check out some of our other videos. Thanks for watching.